Everyone. Today we are going to go to elaborate what is BRIC Cartel. Cartel means a group, BRIC means BRICS. There are 5 nations in BRICS. Each alphabet, each letter indicates the name of the one nation. So BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and lately added nation was South Africa. These are the 5 economic cartel. Of these 5 nations, I will explain you every single thing in nitty-gritty. The tidbits. These are the tidbits of BRICS Nations. Tomorrow we are going to most probably talk about Mint Nations. Then we are going to talk about next 11 nations. These are the all cartels of the nations created for the economic development. Nothing else. Economic development, eradicate all kinds of trade wars, all kinds of price war, all kinds of currency wars, all kinds of dumping, whatever the differences and what kind of skirmishes are there between 2 nations or among all 5 nations, 6 nations or 11 nations. The purpose behind that is to resolve any kind of bickering, any kind of dissatisfaction, disgruntled among the nations. So, first of all, we're going to talk about BRICS was founded in 2009 by K.V. Kamath. Dr. K.V. Kamath actually founded this in 2009. Important factor of BRICS is NDB, New Development Bank. These 5 nations have created a bank known as New Development Bank. The function of the New Development Bank is to provide all kinds of financial bankrolling, financial assistance to any of these 5 nations, all of these 5 nations, whenever they are in any kind of financial crunch, financial necessity, and their development trajectory is tarnished. At that time, they can always go to NDB, New Development Bank, and they can get the loan. Next is acronym. Acronym means BRICS, BRIC, USA, UP. They're called acronym. The acronym was coined by Goldman Sachs economist named Jim O'Neill. This acronym, BRICS, was not coined by Kamath or any of these nations. No Brazil, no Russia, no India, no China, no South Africa. Nobody has coined the name BRICS. It was coined by Goldman Sachs, American investment company, one of the biggest American investment companies, economist O'Neill, Jim O'Neill. He came up with this kind of name or acronym BRICS. And that was in 2001. Slogan of the bank, slogan of this cartel, BRICS is build better economy. That suffices everything. They sums up everything. You don't have to wonder about the motive or purpose, or ideas or aim. Nothing. Only one thing. Now read the slogan. Build better economy or BBE. That is the most fundamental, most rudimentary aim of the BRICS target and BRICS cartel. And their target is also build better economy. Purpose of the BRICS cartel or BRICS target is level playing field in economy. Level playing field in economic terms. Meaning every nation member of BRICS must have equal opportunity, equal playing field. in BRICS in the economic terminology or economic turf or economic domain. No nation is frontline nation, no nation is backline nation. No nation has upper hand, no nation has lower hand. All the nations are the same, all 5 nations play the same equal level playing field in the cartel. Next one is accelerate economic trajectory. Economic trajectory, economic pace, economic speed must be accelerated, fastened vis-a-vis G7 nations. The real aim, the tacit hidden aim or hidden target of BRICS nation is to compete or accelerate their own economy vis-a-vis the economy of G7 nations. US, Canada, Brazil, Britain, France, Japan, these are the G7 nations. They wanted to compete with them, they wanted to stay ahead of them, they want to stay abreast with them. If they cannot go ahead, they want to stay shoulder to shoulder with these nations. They got the idea, they got the inspiration, they got the leaf out of the book of these G7 nations. So, to accelerate the economic trajectory vis-a-vis G7 nations. Now we are going to go, what are the objectives when we flip the page? Now we are moving into objectives. I have listed only 5 objectives, but these are not only the objectives. Because the cartel has been around for last 30 years, 3 decades. 3 decades for cartel. Is not going to have only 5 objectives. But like I always say, time permits us only this much to cover. Hence, these 5 points are almost comprehensive points which cover almost every single thing. Heart of the cartel is these 5 points. So number 1, collaboration rather than competition. What BRICS does not allow is that these 5 nations must not compete or having any kind of rivalry between 2 nations or among 5 nations, but collaborate each other. Collaboration, no competition, no oligopoly, no monopoly, but a kind of oligopoly or solopoly. 1 nation for all 4 and all 4 nations for 1. 1 for all and all for 1. Collaboration is the main survival sutra and mantra. And accordingly, all nations have been progressing, conducting their affairs, conducting their business, helping each other rather than hurting each other. Economic trajectory must be accelerated rather than decelerated. So every single thing is in a term of collaboration. Nothing in competition, nothing in hurting or harming, nothing to devastate their economy, nothing to enter in any kind of war of competition or ugly war of economic deceleration. So, collaboration, no competition. Next point, no price war, no trade war, no currency war, no dumping. Right now, everywhere you look, everywhere what is going on is like between US, China, trade war, other nations, currency war, other nations, dumping is going on. So these kind of skirmishes, economic skirmishes, have been creating a kind of negative environment in which doing business is not lucrative but detrimental. So they are going to create a positive environment for business. Ease of doing business is no confrontation, no tantrums, no skirmishes, no any kind of war, no price war, no trade war, no currency war, no dumping, no selling goods at the break-even price, no super normal profit, but normal profit, every single thing positive, every single thing we can say favoring to the consumer group. Favoring to the consumer group, that is called PDUC philosophy. PDUC. Priceability must be low, durability high, utility high, and quality high. Customers are going to go bonker. Customers are going to go gaga. After this kind of products, they will consume conspicuously. When the consumers are consuming your product conspicuously, then you are going to manufacture the product conspicuously, and companies are going to make super normal profits conspicuously. Economy everywhere in the world will blossom to the astronomical level. Number 3, NDB, New Development Bank. These 5 nations of BRICS have created a kind of financial reservoir, we can say, in the name of New Development Bank. This New Development Bank is bankrolling, financing only to these 5 nations. No other nation, no other individual, no other MNC or NC can go to NDB and ask for any kind of bankrolling, I should say. No bankrolling to outsiders of this cartel. So any of these nations of this cartel, BRIC, Brazil, Russia, or India, China, or South Africa, if they are in any kind of need of financial backup or financial bankrolling, they can always extend their hands to this NDB, and NDB is going to provide adequate amount of financial requirement to accelerate their economic trajectory. 4th is a bridge between developed and developing nations. They're kind of buffer, they're kind of bridge between two group of nations. One group of nation is developing, another one is developed. So these BRIC nations are playing the role of a bridge between these two groups of nations. This way they are actually trying to create a kind of link, kind of chain between the underdeveloped nation, developing nations, and the developed nation, and the benefit actually circle around, the benefit are shared by all 195 nations of United Nations Organization. So their motive or their purpose, their aim is not altruistic, meaning to gain lion's share of economy and gobble up, devour them. No. The aim, as a matter of fact, is to gain as much as economic benefits and then share this benefit among all the needy nations, 5 nations plus underdeveloped, developing nations. So they are kind of creating a kind of bridge between developed nation and developing nation, developed and developing nation. And this way, they are actually targeting the ubiquitous prosperity in the world. Ubiquitous prosperity in the world. Prosperity not for one, not for uno, but omnibus, for everyone. Last but not least, to promote education. This cartels is not only focused upon economic gains, riches, blossoming the economy, getting prosperous, getting aristocratic. No, but meritocratic as well. They are targeting education so that they can become aristocratic by economic development and meritocratic by educational development. Plus, Scientology, they have been concentrating, they have been focusing on the domain of Scientology as much as they focus upon education and economy. Scientological development, they know only the way to survive in this fast accelerating world, rapidly accelerating world is Scientology. This is only the survival sutra. Without Scientology, look at the African nations, look at the Latin American nations, look at some of the Asian nations. They have not seen the apogee of progress, apogee of their existence, mainly because they have ignored Scientological acceleration. Healthcare. Your nation is healthy if people are healthy. Simple. If your nation is developed, if people are developed. Your nation is powerful if the people are powerful. Your nation is aristocratic if the people are aristocratic. And if your nation is meritocratic if your people are meritocratic. That is why Gandhiji has very prudently said, Gandhiji has said, if you visit any foreign nation, don't look at the prosperity of the nation. Don't look at the tall building, shiny road, but focus upon the people that society has created. What kind of people are they? If these people are meritocratic, they will be aristocratic. They will be civilized, they will be sophisticated. So every single thing is in education, Scientology, healthcare, infrastructure. Build the infrastructure of the nation. First road in the world was built in Rome during Julius Caesar's time, 2200 years ago. When Julius Caesar ordered to build the road, his courtmen, his ministers, his nobles, they were all baffled. They were asking the question to Julius Caesar, what are you going to do by building this road? Julius Caesar retorted. He said, if you don't have roads, you have no prosperity. So look, everywhere in the world, infrastructure, better road, better healthcare system, better educational system, better economic environment, better business environment, ease of doing business, export, import, manufacturing, every single thing. Every nation has been focusing on one thing alone, that is infrastructure with alpha mind. Next is export to the teeth. Manufacture too many things. Manufacture every single thing. Manufacture the things that world has never seen before. Innovative things. Kaizen. Just manufacture and export them as much as you can. Sigmund Freud has said 200 some years ago, sorry, not Sigmund Freud, but Adam Smith, the father of our economy, father of the classical economy, has said, you manufacture the product and your product will undoubtedly find the customer. Whatever you are going to produce, customers will be there. We did not have mobile. Now we have mobile, so customers are there. We did not have jeans and a t-shirt. We did not have Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Now, when someone came over here and started producing all sorts of things, customers sprung up. Customer will spring up if there is a product. So, you produce, like India, 130 plus crore people. China, 140 plus crore people. These people, these millennials can manufacture outwardly amount of manufacturing stuff, outrageous amount of things they can produce. They can produce the product of the world. But first you manufacture, first you produce, people are going to undoubtedly consume it. Because as Charles Darwin has said, we are the bundle of desires. As long as we have not seen any good thing, any novel thing, any innovative thing, we don't think about it. But when somebody is going to manufacture some innovative thing, put in the market, we're going to look at it. If the price is right, we're going to buy it, because the customer is always going to buy the product by the price. Price must be right. Customer is definitely going to buy it. I think that's all time we had. We're going to stop over here. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you. See you next time. Bye.